Hey guys, HuzzyGames bringing you another video. Now, welcome to the first spectating high rating of Season 11, and I was kind of interested. So today, and obviously the placement games will continue, but I was kind of interested to see, like, the people that are, like, really good players and they're try-harding to climb as quick as possible, what are they playing? So this guy, of me recording this, is the current Rank 1 Master player on EU West. There's no Grandmaster or Challenger players yet. They actually changed how the system works. That Grandmaster and Challenger are open from the beginning of the season. Normally they were locked a week or two before, you know, into the season. They're now open, but in order to get to Grandmaster, you have to get, I think it's 200 LP in Master, then you can get into Grandmaster. You have to have minimum 200 LP in Master, and then it's like 500 LP maybe in Grandmaster until you can go into Challenger. This person is a rank 1 total on EU West, and they're a jungle player, and that doesn't surprise me. Jungle is still an incredibly strong role that is, how to say it, it's... If your jungler is doing really good and their jungler is doing really bad, it's arguably the biggest difference role there is. Because, you know, one team can get every objective. The jungler also can impact all three lanes. And they're playing a lot of champions. So, like, they're not one-tricking or anything. But the champions that stood out to me that this player is playing, Nidalee seems to be, like, the big one. Also, Ivan. They are playing Ivan, which is a vastly different playstyle. They're actually also playing Lee Sin, which I like to see, because I actually miss playing Lee Sin. And a couple others, Hecarim and stuff like that. So a lot of champions, but Nidalee. Now, Nidalee shouldn't be too big of a surprise, because she is, I would deem, an insanely good jungler if it goes well. And that's the thing. She is a really all-in champion that can snowball a game of League of Legends, can basically take over a game of League of Legends, but also, if it goes bad, she is most of the time, if there's a Nidalee in your team and she does bad, she is more or less the reason you lose the game. Because she is really useless if she doesn't do that well. So in the early season, where obviously a lot of ratings are kind of meshed together, and if you're really good at the game, Nidalee is amazing probably for like really good junglers, because that difference in rating shows now more than ever. So we're going to see what they do. We also have a Jace up in top lane against a Sion. Now, I don't know if the Sion's made a mistake, but you can see he's got Arcane Comet on Sion. I don't know what that's about. Someone in the comments will tell me, oh, so-and-so does that on Sion, but that does seem a little bit weird. So I would presume it's a mistake, but maybe not. But Nidalee, as you can see, one of her biggest strengths is full clearing speed. If you look down here, we can't see the Elise, but Nidalee is so much faster and clear. Elise has killed 14 creeps. Nidalee has now killed the whole jungle. Is she going to complete it? She will. So she's completed her whole jungle by the time that's... If we just have a little look at where... That's the wrong thing, apparently. Sorry, I was on OBS. There we go. I don't know why it did that. But if we look at quickly here, there's Elise. So Elise right now, just to say, she's cleared all her blue jungle. She hasn't killed her own red, because we can see it on the mini-map. And if we get rid of the Fog of War, take that off. So she hasn't killed her red. She hasn't killed Krugs. And she's now going over here. Nidalee has killed every single jungle camp in the same exact time. So that right there shows you the dominance of Nidalee's jungle clearing is so fast. Like, I don't know if... Well, there are champions that can keep up with Nidalee, but there's not many. And Elise isn't a slow jungle clearing champion either. But anyway, Nidalee and both Elise are going to just do their own crab. And obviously, Elise is skipping her red buff for now, probably worried about losing out on the crab, so she'll do that. She's looking for maybe a bot lane gank, but without red. Looking for the gank, probably nothing's going to come of it, to be honest. Very odd gank. They're going all in for the Nautilus. Elise is under the tower, repels away, and there's that. Nidalee going to end up basing, and that was the first gank of the game by anybody. Not an incredibly successful gank, but there we go. Worth also noting the team comps, obviously, yeah, Sion top lane, Elise jungle, Lucian mid, with a Draven and Zilean bot lane. I would maybe presume the enemy bot lane's duo. They both have, obviously, their Twitch streamers. They have their names in their summon the name, which maybe their duo, I don't know. And then on this, so you got Jace, there's the Nidalee. We have Vel'Koz, Steve. We have Jhin and a Nautilus. Gank potentially happening, though, for Nidalee. On her way, there's a control ward, so there, nice spear. And that's, again, one of the most crucial things with Nidalee. is landing the spear. She's going to go for the first double. She gets the Zillion with then misses that spear though. Nautilus just surviving for now. Elise going to go all in. Could be a mistake to be honest. Is going to go aggressive. Nidalee surviving just. Maybe not from the Elise. She gets a double kill but ends up dead by the Jhin. And overall a 2-for-2 situation. Enemy mid laner Lucian deciding to roam but not going to get anything from it. And Draven so close to death. But Lucian now taking over the bot lane. While Vel'Koz just stays mid lane. And, you know, Vel'Koz, by the way, we've said many a time, I'm sure all of you are bored of me about saying, Lucian mid is a ticking time bomb. You have to get ahead early. He's running PTA and Ignite, the early game combo. And he shouldn't, you know, he definitely should be bullying a Vel'Koz in the early game. But if the Vel'Koz plays smart, plays safe, a mage is designed to burst an AD carry. And you can even see here, this is something that I think I need to do occasionally. He's just going to buy that Seekers, and I can nearly guarantee he's just going to leave it there. Seekers, even though it got nerfed, is still incredibly valuable to leave it as Seekers to get bonus armor, bonus AP, and it's just a solid defensive item early. Meanwhile, top lane, Jace with Tyr ends up getting the kill on the Scion, which is great. And Nidalee going to head over to the Dragon, doing a bit of vision clearing. Not convinced they're actually going to do the Dragon. I think that's a bit too risky. They are maybe going to look for a risky play, though. Draven is on his way. Zillion's just chilling in the bush. I wouldn't go for it if I was this Nidalee, but she's going to go for it anyway. She's going to get cut out and stunned. Can she survive it? Looks like she can just. Nautilus in the area to do the slows, and she will make it out. But yeah, that was a bit of a weird play, so it does show the rank 1 player is also going to occasionally make some questionable plays. Luckily, they didn't get killed from it, but still. I don't think that ever was going to go incredibly well. Meanwhile, Nautilus actually gets killed, unfortunately, in mid lane, and Jace is getting ganked. He's going to die as well. So the enemy team right now has the lead. They have both the gold lead and the kill lead, technically. But when we talk about scaling, which team would I give this game to? 100% red team. So Scion is tanky, so they've got that. Elise, though, kind of like Nidalee, if it doesn't do that well, it can fall off. So Nidalee and Elise, I'd say, are kind of even with each other. Lucian and Vel, obviously, Lucian does scale, I guess, better than he used to, but it's still an AD carry against the mage. The mage should outscale if they're good. Draven naturally is going to fall off compared to a Jhin. He's a lane bully, early aggressive AD carry, so Jhin has the advantage there. They've got a Zillion, I guess, but I don't think a Zillion is going to make that much of a difference compared to like a Nautilus with all of that lovely CC. So I would probably give the end game to red team, but blue team has great snowball potential with that Lucian, the Draven, even the Elise. Really high aggressive playstyles that if they get ahead in the early game, it's going to be very hard to recover from that. So we'll see how it plays out. Dragons would be something that I would probably presume teams are going to start looking for. Meanwhile, they go back and kill Jace again. So unfortunately for him, needs to have maybe a little bit better vision control because he is now getting ganked a couple times from the Elise, bringing the Scion back into top lane. Nidalee finishing her smite 5 thingy to make the jungle item part of her, and a gank is coming. And by the way, the items, Blasting Wand, 2 Amp Tomes, and a Dark Seal. With a lovely spear hit, does get the kill for the Jhin. Looking maybe for the Draven, but nothing's going to probably come of that. But again, nice spears. The fundamental to Nidalee, that if you're wondering, should you pick up the champion? She's a higher risk, higher reward. The fundamental, landing those spears. If you don't land the skill shot spear, that's a lot of, one, her damage gone, but also her combo potential. But anyway, they're going to go for the Lucian. Unfortunately, the Nautilus missed his chain. He's going to go for the thingy. I think Vel'Koz probably could have ulted a bit earlier there, and they're going to try and go for the Lucian. Dark Harvest stacked, and then does finish it off. I don't know if the Nidalee thought that she, like 100%, I've got that kill, because I didn't. But she does get the kill nonetheless. Nautilus probably would have got it if the Nidalee damage didn't finish it off. And now, Elise... Oh, that was so close. Elise potentially in trouble. Jhin walking up, but Draven most likely will follow. They're missing quite a lot of abilities here. Draven is in trouble if he doesn't actually position well as well. A lot of wells there. And they are going to go for it. Nidalee's flashing, gets that shut down. Draven, no mana. Does use his heal. Nautilus ultimate comes through, which we couldn't see. And Vel'Koz picks it up. Enemy team is falling apart because of their positioning. And weird decision-making. Like, again, Elise was there. Okay, let her get killed. Draven got killed as well, and he didn't need to. Another thing I want to just say is this Draven, just by the replays that we're watching, it seems like he's quite a lot. Most of the time we're looking at this Draven, he has no mana, and that's a bit weird. But anyway, first Dragon going to go down. Obviously, the enemy Elise is having a pretty good early game. but now so is Nidalee, and Jin's doing solid. Vel'Koz doing, honestly, he's doing really well. And again, does that confidence. Again, she just walks away. What am I missing? Like, I'm missing something about Nidalee, that she is doing extra damage. Maybe, does she have Scorch? Let's see what she's got. Jace is dead again, by the way, unfortunate for him. But the Nidalee runes, Dark Harvest, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, and Relentless Hunter with Magical Footwear, Cosmic Insight, and Attack Speed, AP, Armor. Is it like her trap? I don't exactly know what I'm missing, to be honest. Let me know in the comments. I haven't played Nidalee in quite a while. Obviously, I know the champion fundamentally, but there is something that I'm missing, that, like, she now twice has walked away from the target and extra damage is killing somebody. Like, a second or so later. They know Elise is in here, by the way, so this could be a dead spider. They're looking for another Jace gank, by the way. Bam! Spear hit! Over half health dealt already. They're going to try the best to go for the Scion. EQ coming. Vel'Koz a nice roam. They're going to probably split up. Where's everyone going to go? Jace is going to go for the Elise. Nidalee going to go over for the Scion. Jace gets the Elise, and Nidalee with the auto attack. And again, gets the kill with the Vel'Koz. So both of them end up dead. And I'd actually say that is the greed showing of trying to camp this Jace. I've always said sometimes camping a lane so hard actually ends up losing you the game, because you become predictable about it. And that Elise was farming here, by the way, waiting for Jace to come back, like 100%, because that's her strategy this game. It's the only thing that is working for them so far. And they both got caught because of it. So Nidalee is seeing the opportunity. We killed the enemy jungler. I'm 2 levels up now. She's level 9. Elise is level 7. What's another way to extend that and stop the Elise even catching up? Take her farm. So really nice use of pressure there. Now going on to the Rift Herald. And so far, I can see definitely why we're watching, you know, the rank 1 player right now. It's very clean. It's not perfect because, you know, it's hard to actually play perfect, but it's very clean. Landing some really good spears so far that, you know, are missable spears, but really good pressure. Really good pressure, you know, being involved in 8 out of the 9 kills so far. That's not bad. They're now going to potentially look for a gank on Scion. Nidalee is asking the Jace not to base, but unfortunately he does go back. He is teleporting in, but I just don't see... Unless, like, oh, yeah, the teleport actually came in at a good time. They're going to go for the Scion kill, and this is probably a dead Scion, unless he can find the angle to run away, which he doesn't have his ult. But guess what, everybody? Elise is back top lane. He gets one shot, but yeah, Elise is just always here. So I guess they should expect that in some ways. She's going to use her quick base, so this is a smart thing. She was going to quick base out. She probably could have based there, but Vel'Koz is coming, so she decided against it. Going for the all-in, now getting chain CC'd, is going to go down, but Vel'Koz will most likely pick up a double kill, which isn't too bad. But Vel'Koz might end up dead after he gets the kill, because Scion, by the way, in that instance, should have ran at the Vel'Koz, because it would have made his ghost closer. But Vel'Koz picks up the double, Elise picks up a double assist, so it's overall not too bad. But yeah, Elise is just living top lane. Another thing that I would say, I'm very tempted to make like a league discussion video in the next couple of days of Huzzy's tips to climb. Obviously, I mention them throughout when I'm playing the game, but just put them all in one area. Huzzy's tips to climb. I don't do it, but you'll probably notice, like, especially at the early season, a lot of duo queuing. Because duo queuing is fundamentally easier to climb with. And you can do strategies like that. If bot lane wasn't doing as bad and mid lane was getting ahead, the strategy of camping this Jace would have probably worked really well. Arguable Jace play there, but he will survive, I think, in the end. But yeah, they've just camped him, and the Elise is quite fed now. People will just do that all the time. But they get the first tower, mid lane, tier 1, Draven versus Jhin, potential 1v1 happening. Draven has a 1 level advantage, so Jhin is definitely in trouble. The question is, how long can this Jhin survive and delay until people arrive? So you can see Nautilus is now here, so the Jhin has done a really wonderful job. Nidalee's now here too, landing a lovely spear. The Jhin did a wonderful job there, not taking the fight, literally doing ring-a-ring-a-rosies around the outlet area in bot lane to just waste the Draven's time. And obviously, why is that Draven so desperate to take that fight? It's a Draven. He has to be. Again, it's that ticking time bomb of, I should be getting ahead in the early game. Someone just subscribed to me while I'm not even streaming right now, so thank you, whoever that was. And the enemy bot lane is a Fiesta. Flash from the Nidalee into, flash from the Zillion into a Vel'Koz ult and Nidalee spear. Enemy team going very all in. You might be able to feel like the enemy team is a little bit desperate. We need to try and get this strength on the go, because if we don't, we're getting outscaled probably potentially anyway. Blue buff is up. Jace EQ, lovely hits. Gonna go for the steal. I think he actually gets that. Unfortunately, the batter moved them away from the spear. With then the flash, Nidalee does get it because, again, her range is somewhat extended more than it actually seems. And then the aggression is going to continue. You can see Nidalee's positioning, only waiting until she knows she can go all in. Looking for that Draven, staying in Cougar form to just try to get some damage dealt. With then the Jhin with the finish off. Really nice play by red team. Obviously, this team was losing in the early game. Blue team did have a small advantage, but red team is now turning it around, which is great to see. Dragon being done again, and that's, again, the jungle pressure. Even though the Elise isn't doing bad, Nidalee is just going for these dragons and is outperforming, to be honest. Like, again, Nidalee has been involved in, what, 15 out of the 16 kills. She has near a perfect kill participation this game. That is incredibly impressive. And do not forget that. Like, okay, now the kill participation is going down because Jace now has outscaled the Lucian. And again, a bruiser like Jace is designed to kill an AD carry. You should never be surprised about this stuff. Unfortunately, he gets stunned. He's going to end up dead, probably. Oh! He survived! Oh, that Zillion was so cocky, but the Elise is top lane again, and he will go down. I feel sorry for that Jace, because the lifesteal he did was really good to survive. Vel'Koz on the way. Nautilus ultimate. Where's the damage by Vel'Koz? He was avoiding the Scion. Now with the ultimate. Any moment? Any moment? No, because again, by the way, it was 5 people top lane. He does get a nice return kill, though, and that makes that, in essence, a 2-for-1. Jace got a kill before he died. He got the Lucian. But yeah, you can see the enemy team is grouping. They're trying to have the number advantage to get any type of advantage they can, but it just isn't working for them. They're not getting, you know, if they got 2 kills for 1 death, they'd slowly be able to make a comeback, but it's actually going the other way for them. Either it's even, or more of them are dying than getting kills, and a lot of their strength is being funneled in mainly one champion. It's Elise that is getting all the kills, which is another champion that kind of falls off. So where's your scaling? Where's your really big turn chance? It's not really there. So gold-wise, I can say, even though Elise is doing good, she is under over 1,000 gold difference between the junglers, with the advantage being to Nidalee, and that is the farm. The massive farm difference in the jungle right now. Nidalee, nearly the highest farm in the game, is currently in 3rd place to the Vel'Koz and the Lucian. But yeah, overall doing pretty damn good. Jason's farm obviously struggling this game because of just the pressure that he's been receiving. And yeah, that's the thing that I've always said. You can't always say, what's the perfect farm in 10 minutes, perfect farm in 20 minutes? It's subject to the game. This Jace has been kind of camped this game, so his farm is obviously not going to be incredible. They're going to go for a big fight, and literally this game is turning into an ARAM. All random, but bot lane, or then top lane. Jace going to go all in, doesn't put a damage, but is end up dead again, but he did get the Draven before he died. So again, the enemy team is forcing these big fights, but so far, it's a 1-for-1. So when they are wanting to try and turn the game by having a number advantage, again, it's not working for them, because every single instance is just becoming advantage for red team. So there's another kill over there. The Zillion's doing pretty good. Sorry, the Vel'Koz, I keep calling him Zillion for some reason. Nautilus finishes off the Lucian. Nearly going to go aggressive. They killed the Elise was in midair, by the way. Jhin just going to focus on surviving, gets the Elise, and then the final one alive is the Scion, who with time is also most likely going to fall. So they just ace the enemy team. It doesn't say an ace because they managed to respawn in time because it's only 18 minutes into the game. But the enemy strategy, we've been behind now. Let's just try the group really early, use the early game Draven and Lucian powers with the Elise that's actually quite fed, and it's just not working out for them. So likelihood is the enemy team, red team, is winning. Worth also noting, yes, that Dark Seal did get upgraded to a Medjay, and she has 25 stacks of Medjay. So this Nidalee is really strong right now, has the Night Harvester, has the Lich Bane, has 25 stacks of Medjay, with also Ionian Boots of Lucidity, by the way. So yeah, incredible high damage, but with also worth noting what we're watching from the Nidalee is smart play. It's not like she is going all in on everything. She is looking for some nice spears before she commits. And that's, again, that's what a good Nidalee does. You won't really see a Nidalee that often go into Cougar form and go all in without landing that clutch spear first. One, obviously, it gives you the bonus range on your W jump with getting that proc. from the spear. But yeah, so the enemy team, again, their strategy, it's really weird to see, but there's 4 people top lane again going for that number advantage on Jace. Will then they now get caught? Maybe. So like we've said so far that their strategy is outnumber, go for 1. So already nearly a bit, 1's dead. And in a second, 2's dead. So their strategy, yet again, same strategy. Let's outnumber the enemy team. Let's go for that kill. Their strategy once again has backfired. This situation now is in red team's favor again. Now, what would I say to this? Well, obviously, the blue team strategy of just grouping for 1 person isn't working because they keep overstaying into then the next fight. Because this is potentially turning into what is going to be another ace if they're not careful. Sion's dead. Elise also is going to die, and that's another ace, technically. The enemy team, if they want to have this outnumber strategy, they need to leave after they've got the kill. Get that small advantage and then reset. And then do it again and then reset. They're not doing that. So you're just watching. There's the one strategy that they're doing just completely fall apart. She missed that spear. She missed the spear on the crab. She will get it in the end, though, but there we go. Dragon has spawned, so I'd expect Nidalee to go back, buy, then head straight to the dragon, most likely. Or if she's a bit worried that the enemy team might go for it now, she might not go back. She might go straight to the dragon. Or she's just realised she's a little bit gold short or something and wants to get a bit more gold before she goes back. Jace gets another kill on the Lucian. So even though the Jace has had a pretty bad game, so is the Lucian. But Jace will outscale in the 1v1. Well, he outscales in the 1v1 if he's allowed to be in melee range on the Lucian, basically. And Lucian, by the way, had both double sums. But I'd expect that Jace probably just one-shot him, if I'm completely honest. So there's another dragon. Nidalee most likely now would look to go back. I doubt she's going to overstay too much. She might do a bit more farming, if anything. Like, gold-wise, she's got 1,600 gold. Next item might be a Zhonya, if I had to guess. I can't remember how much gold Zhonya's cost when you have the Fiendish. Maybe around 2,000 gold. So she might want to just get that money, go back, and then look to buy. Enemy team might be looking again for a number situation. They're doing a... well, Sion looks for an engage, but they are actually outnumbered in this engage from the beginning. At least they're in the area, and now they will, unfortunately, probably die because they're in trouble. Nidalee has still not gone back, but once again, the team fight is being turned. Nidalee going to go get caught. Jace, the Elise was all in. Whoa, nice spear, actually. She gets that too. The Elise is all in for the Nidalee, and the Jace has finished the Elise off. But yeah, that made the fight a, what, 3 for 2? Yeah, 3 for 2 in advantage of red team. So really nice play by the Nidalee. I can definitely see why this player is obviously doing really well so far. But let's be honest, the enemy team has played this game, I wouldn't even say weird. So there's another one-shot, by the way, by Jace, one-shots the Draven. You might be like a bit weirded out by how the enemy team's playing. Why are they doing this? Why are they forcing this hard? It's the ticking time bomb effect. They know they get outscaled, so they have desperately tried to make plays happen early. They just haven't worked. So that is in essence why this has happened. If you're wondering, like, why would they play this way? That's why. So yeah, the Zhonya's has been built, by the way, from the Nidalee. On the last item, there's probably a few options. Like, obviously, Death Cap is definitely one. Is he going to go down with then the splash? Has seen a couple of those misses. Nice hit by the Jhin. Finishes off the Lucian. Really good. If, you want to say about perfection, Nidalee technically could have healed the Jhin to then get an assist on that kill. But it didn't end up. Elise does get the kill on Jace, though, because, again, the Elise is actually quite strong. She's got 13 kills this game. But like I said earlier, Elise was the only one that was getting any really big forms of kills, which led to her being the only one that's actually strong. There is still a 2-level difference between the junglers. And there is a big fight breaking out. And Nidalee, I think, mistakenly pulls her Zhonya's out. Maybe a bit scared of getting one-shot, but is going to try and track down the Elise and doesn't manage it. The enemy team do die in the mid. Sion is trying to defend it with all of his might, but there just isn't probably enough there. But with how tanky he is, a Jhin isn't easily going to take him out, but a Vel'Koz would. A true damage Vel'Koz ultimate would go wonders. Lucian walking into the battle, getting hit straight away. But yeah, that is a very tanky Sion. Nidalee going to return to the team. as well, and they're going to walk into the base. Jace TP'd, by the way, and they're going to get the first inhibitor of the match. Vel'Koz has already backed off to probably go for the blue buff, and they should probably back off. I don't think they should stay in the base split. If more team are walking away, Nidalee takes the blue buff. If more team are walking out of the base, then I don't think they should stick around. Enemy team looking for a play. So again, another attempt here. Sion does an a teleport. Fail, flash by Zillion. Really good spear into the Dark Harvest proc. Nidalee going all in. One-shots 2 people, basically. Vel'Koz gets the final kills. Nidalee does go down, but that is what I would most likely call the game. Nidalee did so much damage in that fight. She didn't get many kills because Vel'Koz finished them, but she basically, like, 2 or 3 shot, like, there was one shot, like, 2 or 3 people. That was nuts. So that is why the guy that is currently ranked 1 on EU West, that is climbing very fast on the ladder, that's why he is using Nidalee. Is because she is that type of champion that in the early game, when you can try to snowball and climb really fast, Nidalee is one of the best champions to do that. But anyway, that's going to be it. If you guys did enjoy, throw a like on it, throw a comment. We will be, by the way, starting a new a Champions Climb very soon. I still haven't decided what champion I'm going to do fully, but we will decide more or less soon. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.